Coronation Street fans, get ready, because one of the soap's most beloved stars has just stepped into the spotlight in a way no one quite expected. Over the weekend, Vicky Myers, the woman who brings Detective Sergeant Lisa Connerswain to life with such quiet strength and emotional fire, shared a glimpse of herself that has left her followers flooding the comments with praise, hard eyes, and pure admiration. What looked like a simple social media post quickly became the talk of the Cobbles community, proving once again that even the smallest personal update from a Corrie favorite can send shockwaves through the fandom. The news is straightforward, yet strangely captivating. Vicky Myers has shown off a subtle but striking change to her appearance, and the response has been nothing short of overwhelming. After visiting a specialist brow artist, the actress reshared a transformation video that captured before and after moments of her new look. Within hours, fans were piling into the comments, calling her gorgeous, stunning, and more radiant than ever. For a star who tends to keep her personal life relatively private and focuses her energy on delivering powerful performances on screen, this rare glimpse into her off-screen self felt like a gift. Coronation Street viewers, already deeply invested in Lisa's journey, suddenly found themselves talking about the woman behind the badge just as passionately as they discussed the latest plot twists. To understand why this moment landed with such force, it helps to remember just how far Vicky Myers and her character have come. Lisa Swain first arrived on the street in May 2021 as a no-nonsense detective sergeant investigating the brutal attack that left Nina Lucas injured and Seb Franklin dead. At the time, she was a recurring presence, the professional face of the law who would appear when the Cobbles needed official intervention. Viewers noticed her quiet intensity, her sharp observational skills, and the way she seemed to carry both authority and underlying vulnerability. For 3 years, she remained a solid supporting player, popping up for major investigations and leaving a lasting impression even in limited screen time. Everything changed in early 2024. Producers recognized the chemistry and potential in the character and promoted Vicky Myers to the regular cast. Suddenly, Lisa was no longer just the copper who turned up when things went wrong. She became a fully rounded resident of Weatherfield, with a personal life that quickly intertwined with the street's most dramatic corners. The introduction of her teenage daughter Betsy, played with impressive depth by Sydney Martin, added layers of motherhood, protectiveness, and the everyday struggles of raising a young person in a place where secrets rarely stay buried. Then came the relationship that would define her era on the show, the slow burn, deeply felt romance with Carla Connor. What began as professional respect and cautious friendship blossomed into one of the most celebrated pairings in recent Coronation Street history. Fans coined the name Swarla almost immediately, and the hashtag became a constant presence across social media. Allison King and Vicky Myers shared a natural, understated chemistry that felt authentic rather than forced. Their story weathered illness, family upheaval, the dramatic return of Carla's brother Rob Donovan, and the kind of emotional turbulence that soaps do best. Through it all, Vicky's performance remained grounded and truthful. She never overplayed the drama. Instead, she let Lisa's quiet resilience and fierce loyalty speak volumes. By the spring of 2026, the couple had reached a historic milestone. After months of obstacles and last-minute crises that threatened to derail everything, Lisa and Carla finally married. The wedding episodes became appointment television, with viewers celebrating the fact that two women in a same-sex relationship had been given a full, emotional, and joyous ceremony on one of Britain's most-watched soaps. The newlyweds took the joint surname Connerswain, a small but meaningful detail that signaled permanence and partnership. For many fans, the wedding represented more than just a happy ending for two characters. It felt like a cultural moment, proof that Coronation Street continues to evolve while staying true to the emotional heart of its storytelling. Against that backdrop of intense professional success and personal milestones for her character, Vicky Myers' recent Instagram activity landed with extra warmth. The actress does not post constantly, When she does share something personal, it tends to feel considered and genuine. Over the weekend, she reshared a post from brow artist Sarah Amelia Fogg, known online as Brows by Sarah. The accompanying video showed Vicky before and after a carefully planned treatment. The artist explained that Vicky had previously had semi-permanent makeup done years earlier, in 2017, and that her natural brow shape featured slightly rounded arches. The goal this time was to enhance and lift those arches, opening up the eyes and creating better overall balance, while keeping the result looking completely natural. The difference was immediately noticeable. The new ombre brows framed Vicky's face with soft definition, drawing attention to her eyes without appearing harsh or overdone. Sarah described it as one of her favorite transformations to date and spoke warmly about the experience of working with Vicky, calling her a beautiful human inside and out. Vicky herself replied in the comments with genuine appreciation, thanking Sarah for her talent, guidance, and reassurance throughout the process. She said she felt as if she had known the artist all her life and declared that she loved her new brows. That was all it took. Fans began flooding the post with compliments. Some focused on how the change suited her perfectly. Others admitted they had always been mesmerized by Vicky's eyes and felt the new brows only enhanced that feature. Comments poured in calling her beautiful before and even more beautiful after. Several noted that as a blonde, she had faced the common struggle of making brows stand out naturally, and that this treatment had solved that challenge elegantly. The overwhelming tone was one of pure positivity and affection. No drama, no controversy, just a collective appreciation for an actress who has given so much to the show and was allowing herself a small personal refresh. The reaction makes perfect sense when you consider the place Vicky Myers occupies in the current Coronation Street landscape. In recent years, she has emerged as one of the soap's most consistent and respected performers. Her ability to convey complex emotion with minimal dialogue has won her awards and nominations, including recognition for her partnership with Allison King. She has become a leading presence rather than a supporting one, carrying major storylines with the kind of steady reliability that audiences trust. When an actress of that stature shares something as everyday yet intimate as a beauty treatment, fans feel a sense of connection. It humanizes the person behind the character they have grown to love. Of course, appearance changes in the world of soaps often spark wider conversation. Viewers are used to seeing characters evolve visually as part of their story arcs, whether through new haircuts, different styles of clothing, or the natural aging that comes with long-running roles. In this case, the change belongs to the actress rather than the character, yet it still feeds into the broader discussion of how stars present themselves both on and off-screen. Some fans have already begun wondering whether Lisa might eventually reflect a similar subtle shift, or whether the new brows will simply remain a personal detail that makes Vicky feel more confident as she continues filming. Looking ahead, the development arrives at an interesting moment for both the actress and her character. Lisa Connerswain is now firmly established as a central figure on the street. Married to Carla, mother to Betsy, and still very much a detective sergeant dealing with Weatherfield's endless supply of crime and crisis, she has a rich web of relationships and responsibilities. Future storylines could explore the realities of married life for the couple, the ongoing challenges of parenting a teenager, or new professional cases that test Lisa's moral compass. There is also the ever-present possibility of external threats or family secrets resurfacing, the kind of twists that keep Corrie gripping week after week. For Vicky Myers personally, the positive response to her appearance update may encourage her to share more of her life outside the studio when she chooses. She has spoken in the past about the joy of working on a show she grew up watching and about the sense of home she feels walking the cobbles. At 50 years old, she continues to look radiant and energetic, a fact that has repeatedly surprised fans who assumed she was younger. The new brows seem to have given her an extra lift, both literally and figuratively, and the outpouring of support from the audience will only reinforce how valued she is. What this moment ultimately highlights is the special relationship between Coronation Street stars and their audience. Viewers do not simply watch the show. They invest in the people who make it. When those people allow a small window into their personal lives, the response is rarely indifferent. In Vicky's case, the window was modest. A before and after video, a kind caption, a sincere thank you. Yet it was enough to generate hundreds of warm comments and to remind everyone why she has become such a firm favorite. This subtle transformation does not rewrite any major storylines or signal a dramatic new direction for Lisa. Instead, it offers something quieter and perhaps more valuable, a reminder that the woman who plays one of the soap's strongest characters is also a real person who enjoys treating herself, experimenting with her look, and connecting with the people who appreciate her work. In an industry that can sometimes feel relentless, that small act of self-care and the generous response it received feel genuinely uplifting. As Coronation Street continues to balance its classic mix of everyday life and high-stakes drama, moments like this help keep the connection between screen and audience alive. Fans will keep watching Lisa navigate marriage, motherhood, and police work. They will keep celebrating the chemistry that makes Swarla so compelling. And they will keep noticing the small details that make Vicky Myers the dedicated, talented performer she is. Whether the new brows become a permanent part of her everyday appearance or simply a fresh chapter in her personal style journey, one thing is already clear. The Corrie community is firmly in her corner, ready to offer support and admiration at every turn. So there you have it. A quiet weekend post, a skillful brow transformation, and a wave of affection that proves once again how deeply Coronation Street fans care about the stars who bring their favorite stories to life. Vicky Myers has given us another reason to smile, and the comment section is still filling up with compliments. If you have thoughts on her new look, on Lisa's journey, or on what you hope to see next for the Connor Swains, drop them below. We always love hearing from you. Make sure you hit like if you enjoyed this update, and subscribe so you never miss the latest news from the Cobbles. More Coronation Street stories are coming soon, and we'll be right here to talk them through with you.